Hey everyone, GamePark here, and today I thought I'd do a collection update video. Now, it's been a while since I've done another one of these videos, and as you can see, I've acquired quite a number of games here. Much like my last video, I'm actually back in the States from Korea, and likewise all the games that you see here were bought at either the Yongsan Electronics Market or on sites like Amazon and eBay. But in any case, let's get on with the games. We'll just start at random. The first game that I have here is for Xbox One. This is Otogi 2. Although it doesn't say Otogi 2, this is actually the Korean version. And I have Otogi 1 for the Xbox One, but I never actually had Otogi 2. And so I thought, as you can tell, the game is still brand new sealed. But I thought I'd pick this up when I saw it for really cheap. But yeah, that's Otogi 2. Hopefully I can give this one a playthrough. Next, for Xbox 360, we have Samurai Shodown Sen. This is a fighting game, but unlike a lot of the previous Samurai Shodown games, this one is all in 3D. So I've never played this game before, but I heard some pretty good things about it. So I thought I'd pick it up when I saw it for really cheap on eBay. Yeah. It's a 3D fighter, so that's Samurai Shodown Sen for 360. Next, we'll go on this. These are GP32 games, or as you can tell by the company logo, GamePark. GamePark, for those that don't know, is a Korean company, a Korean video game company that made a handheld much like the Game Boy Advance, and it was only released exclusively in Korea and then later on in Europe, but it never actually got an American release. But yeah, it's very similar to a Game Boy Advance, and I'm really interested in just picking up like those kind of those kind of rare games. But I saw these in Korea in the Yongsan Electronics Market for pretty cheap, and I decided to pick them up since I honestly don't know when would be the next time I'd be able to like run into GP32 games such as this. But yeah, this is a GP32 game called Little Wizard, brand new sealed, and a lot of the games I still haven't played, obviously, because they're still brand new sealed. But this game looks kind of like a bit of a fighter, I'm assuming. If you can see that, it looks a little bit like Street Fighter, something like that, with like cute characters and stuff. But yeah, this is Little Wizard for GP32. At the same store, I found this game, although it's not really a game. This is actually a software program to learn English, but it is, for the GP32, and I decided to it's brand new seal, so I decided to get it, since I would have pretty much picked up any GP32 games, since I do find them to be pretty rare and hard to come by, even on places like eBay and stuff like that. But yeah, I picked up Little Wizard and this game, which is just learn English. Next, following with Korean games, I have here Virtual On Cyber Troopers for the Samsung Saturn. As you can see, that it's a Samsung Saturn, not Sega Saturn. And yeah, these are the games that were released for the Saturn in Korea. And for those that don't know, the reason why it's called Samsung Saturn and not Sega Saturn is because the Korean government did not allow for Japanese games to be sold, or Japanese products to be sold in Korea, unless a Korean company was licensed to sell those products. So Sega gave Samsung a license to sell Sega products in Korea, and as a result, a lot of the systems or a lot of products were renamed under the licensee. So in this case, it would be the Samsung Saturn. And I just find this to be like a really cool, interesting bit of history. Even though I already have this game, I just thought this to be really interesting, so I decided to pick this up, which is the Virtual On Cyber Troopers for Samsung Saturn. Following with that, another game that I picked up was Sega Rally. I never had this game either. Likewise, it's the Samsung version. But I don't actually know if the in-game text is translated, because I don't know if you can tell. There's a menu screen right there. Yeah, it's all in English, so I'm assuming that it's either just the Japanese copy, the Japanese version, or the American version, and the only thing that really changed is the cover art and like the naming of it. As you can see, Sega Rally in Korean. But yeah, those are my two pickups for the Samsung Saturn, the Korean version of the Sega Saturn. Next, we have for the Mega Drive or the Sega Genesis is Sonic Classics, which includes 3 games: Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which in Japan and in Korea here is called Puyo Puyo. I believe that this version, a version of this collection does exist in the States, if I recall correctly, but I never had it. And just because I was trying to find some rare Korean versions of games, I decided to pick this one up. I saw it for very cheap and practically brand new. I honestly don't think it's ever been used. But yeah, it comes with Sonic 1, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. All for the Mega Drive. As you can see there, that's the Mega Drive. And it says so right here on the bottom, Mega Drive 2, which is the second version of the Genesis Sonic Classics. Next, we'll move on to PS1 games. This is a game that I've been wanting to pick up for a while, and this is Rommel 1/2 Battle Renaissance. I wanted to get this game ever since I saw a bootleg one of it in Mexico. A long time ago, but I don't really like to collect bootlegs. I like to collect official non-bootleg games. But yeah, when I got this game, it's in really good condition, and I got it for a decent price on eBay, and I had this shipped to my house here in the States. But I'm really happy to finally own this game that I've been wanting for a while, which is Ranma 1/2 Battle Renaissance for the PS1. Next, the following 2 games I got for literally a penny on eBay. And the first one here is Lavina. It's an adventure game. The full name would be Lavina 2 Kotoba wa Konayuki no Yoni. And I'm not exactly sure what it consists of. Since it was just a penny, that's pretty much the reason that I picked it up. But I think it has like a lot of like kind of mini games, because it doesn't look exactly to be like a visual novel, and it has apparently it has a lot of applications for the Pocket Station, which it says right there, Pocket Station. But yeah, that I mean, for a penny, I just thought that this would probably have something cool, and even if it doesn't, then at least I didn't waste too much money on it. It's just a penny. But this is Lavina 2 for the PS1. Along with that auction, another game that I got for a penny was Pretty Sammy. I was playing this a little earlier, but I didn't actually get to do much gameplay besides just reading text. So that leads me to believe that this is mostly like a drama, just like a storytelling, but played on a PS1. So I don't know if there's actually much gameplay in here, even though the manual does show some. So I don't know if it's just like the longest intro or something, but yeah, we'll see. But in any case, it was, like I said, it was just a penny, so I really don't mind at all. That's Pretty Sammy and Lavina for the PS1. Next, we'll move on to some other games over here. This is my third 3DS game that I've picked up, and this is Changgeun Mode, which means Changgu the Unhelpable, or as he's known in Japan, Crayon Shin. And I saw some commercials for this game, and it looked actually really funny and just like kind of quirky and stuff. And those are really like the types of games that I really enjoy playing. And since I was leaving Korea, I really wanted to pick up just one more game for my 3DS that I probably wouldn't be able to pick up anywhere else. And I'm like, yeah, and these are the kinds of games that I really enjoy playing, so I thought I'd pick this one up. And I still haven't played it, like a lot of the games that I have here, but I will definitely get around to it. And yeah, that's Changgeun for the 3DS. The next game that I picked up at the Yongsan Electronics Market was Maplestory Diaz. I have Maplestory for the 3DS, which is a different game, but this is the first Maplestory that I believe came to consoles or handhelds. And from the gameplay, I played a little bit of it, and it's very similar to the 3DS game. But since I was in Korea, I really wanted to get some exclusive Korean games, so I thought I'd get this one just to kind of have both Maplestory games. So yeah, that's Maplestory Diaz. Next, I picked up Puka Power Up. This game was released in the States, but I saw it for a very cheap price in Korea, where it was released first. And I thought I'd pick it up. Puka is, as far as I know, is a Korean character. And the gameplay plays very similar to almost like a side-scrolling Mystical Ninja, if anybody knows what that's like. But yeah, it was pretty fun, and for the price that I saw it for, I couldn't resist, so I decided to just pick up some Korean type games for the 3DS. So I decided to pick up Puka Power Up. The next two games are PC games. This one here is Princess Maker, and it's this series has been released on previous consoles like the Saturn and I believe PS1 and maybe even Dreamcast. But I saw this game brand new for the PC, and I decided to get it. It was just very cheap and in really good condition. So hopefully I can give it a playthrough. Essentially, you're kind of just like leading this girl who may or may not be a princess through like making like important decisions and things like that, like in her life and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much what the game's about, just like kind of leading somebody and like giving them advice and things like that. But yeah, that's Princess Maker for the PC. And I believe this game is very similar to that too, which is what is this one called? It's Heartful Memories. Yeah. 소녀 mas popsa parupe. Yeah, Heartful Memories 2. Even though the screenshots lead me to believe that it might be like some type of RPG or something like that. Has a cast of girls and stuff like that, which usually makes me think that those are like visual novel games. But yeah, it has a lot of like visual novel types of screenshots, but also like RPG elements and things like that, just from the looks and stuff. But in any case, I picked it up just because it was very colorful and it looked to be kind of fun based off the screenshots, and decided to pick it up. I also saw it for very cheap in Korea, so yeah, that's that. That's Heartful Memories. Next, moving on to some PS3 games, I got Hatsune Miku for the PS3, Project Diva F. And these are rhythm games. For those that don't know Hatsune Miku, they're rhythm games were very similar to like Parappa, where you have to, or DDR, where you have to press a certain button at the right time. And I don't know, I've always wanted to kind of get into. There's a lot of people who are like really big fans of Hatsune Miku, and I was actually very surprised that this came out in the States. This is the American version of the game. and I was very surprised that it was actually localized here, so I decided to pick it up. And so far, I've been having a really good time with it. The songs are really cool and catchy, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So that's Hatsune Miku Project Diva F for PS3. And the next game that I have for PS3 is Akiba Strip 2, written as Akiba's Trip 2, but yeah, this is a really interesting game. Essentially, you are this guy who lives in Akihabara, which is like an actual real location in Japan, and that's like well known for like otaku or like nerds and stuff like that. But essentially, there are a lot of women who are secretly vampires, and you must defeat them by exposing their weak spot. And the only way to expose their weak spot and kill them off is by stripping their clothes off. And yeah, that's just the kind of like really crazy like story and gameplay that I really enjoy playing and stuff. So yeah, I got this one like literally the day before I left Korea. So I decided just to go for it and get it. Something like really wacky like that. It's like something that I really enjoy. But yeah, that's Akiba Strip 2 for PS3. Next, we'll move over here to this stack. This isn't actually a game, but this is something I bought off eBay, and this is the Jet Set Radio Future music sampler, which is basically the soundtrack for the game, but focusing more on the American tracks rather than the Japanese ones. There, I do have the official Jet Set Radio Future soundtrack, but there were a lot of missing tracks on that one that were not available from the US version of the game, and having this music sampler kind of completes that. A lot of the tracks here were mixed by the Latch Brothers, which I believe is made up from one of the members of the Beastie Boys. And yeah, this is something that I've known about for a while, and I really wanted to check it out just to kind of complete my Jet Set Radio Future music collection. And it's pretty rare, and I was just absolutely amazed at how cheap I was able to get this for on eBay. And I'm really happy to own this. It's in absolutely beautiful condition, and yeah, that's the Jet Set Radio Future music sampler. Next, we'll move on to the stack of Dreamcast games. The first one that I have here is July, which was a launch title for the Japanese Dreamcast. And I heard this game wasn't actually all that good, but I don't know, it was really cheap, so I just decided to get it and just own it for once. Yeah, I haven't played any of these games, but yeah, I decided to just get it. That's July for Japanese Dreamcast. Next game, Marionette Company. I believe this is probably like some type of visual novel. It says here, what is that? Situation adventure, whatever that means. But yeah, this is, I don't know, another game that I got really cheap on eBay. So I decided to get it for whatever reason, just real like impulse, pretty much. Yeah, that's Marionette Company for Dreamcast. Next one is a baseball game, which is also Pro Yaku Game de Asobu Netto, which means like pro baseball game play online, which I believe was supposed to connect to the internet, and you could like play baseball against other people and stuff like that, but I don't know if this is actually still working for online, because the servers have most likely been down for a really, really long time. But in any case, I decided to get it because it was really cheap. Yeah. Next is a visual novel game. This is Memories Off Second. And yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy getting visual novels for Dreamcast, which just ended up having so many visual novels. And I don't know, some of them are really interesting, some of them are pretty fun, and in any case, they're a really good way for me to practice my Japanese. But yeah, that's Memories of Second. And the last of the Dreamcast game is another visual novel, and this is Sentimental Graffiti 2. I played this game a really long time ago, but the copy that I had was just like a burned copy. It was just like on a CDR and stuff, and I don't really like to own those kind of games, so I really wanted to get the real version of it, and I'm really happy to have it. But yeah, that's Sentimental Graffiti 2. So there's a white cast of characters, and yeah, I do have some other Sentimental Graffiti games for the Sega Saturn, and some of the action figures, believe it or not, which are really cool. So yeah, Sentimental Graffiti 2. It's good to finally have this one on the Dreamcast. Next, we will move on to this pile here. The first one that I have here is Diddy Kong Racing for N64, but this is actually the Korean version, as you can tell by this right here, which has Hyundai Convoy 64, which is what the N64 was technically called in Korea. And this was pretty much the only Korean N64 game that I had ever seen, and it came complete in box with all the instructions. It's pretty much brand new. I won't open it, but just take my word for it that it's pretty much brand new in box. And yeah, as I was saying earlier, for some of the other games, I really enjoy collecting kind of like regional games, or games that are only available in certain regions. And yeah, this is obviously the Korean version, as you can tell by that right there. And yeah, I'm really happy to have this, as I don't have it here with me, but I do have the actual Hyundai Convoy 64 downstairs. And luckily for me, that means that I can play both American games on my American N64s, and Korean and Japanese games on this Hyundai Convoy, as they have the same regional designation. The cartridges are fitted so that they won't work on another system, but now I don't have to worry about using a converter or any type of that. I'll just use whatever appropriate N64 I have. But yeah, that's Diddy Kong Racing for N64, or as it's known, the Convoy 64. Next, I got the following 3 games, which are all part of the same series. This is Romancing Saga for the Super Famicom, or the Japanese Super Nintendo. The first one here is the first one, Romancing Saga. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Yeah, this is Romancing Saga. It is an RPG that came out a long time ago for the Super Nintendo, and I actually don't know too much about this series, but I always saw them like in Korea or in Japan, just like all these Romancing Saga games, which leads me to believe that they're pretty popular. And I decided to just get the whole series, since I found all 3 of them very cheap on eBay. This was a bundle. So we have here Romancing Saga, Romancing Saga 2, also for the Super Famicom. Let's see if this is focusing. In the case, yeah, Romancing Saga 2 and Romancing Saga 3. As you can see, the screenshots are really amazing. They look really vivid and just have like really nice artwork. Yeah, the artwork on these 3 games is just absolutely amazing. Really detailed. It looks really nice. I really like these really illustrated kind of box arts. that's the whole series of Romancing Saga for the Super Famicom. And the next one that I have here is still sealed, is the Korean version of Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island for the Hyundai Super Comboy, or it's known the Korean version of the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I never actually had Super Mario World 2, and I have the first one obviously, but not this second one. And I for the longest time I thought I did have this game, but I realized that I didn't. And I thought I would actually just get, you know, something really rare, get my copy of it to be something like really special, like this Korean version. And yeah, it comes when I bought it. It came with in this sleeve, and I still haven't opened it, but I know it's all in there. And it looks to be in absolutely mint condition, which is really surprising. So I am really happy to have this one right here. And yeah, that's Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island for Super Nintendo. Next, I have over here, actually, to just stick with the Super Nintendo games, I have this one right here, which is Dragon Ball Z 3 Super Botoden, the Korean version for the Super Comboy. And I have this game. I had this game already. It was actually a bootleg of Mexican version that was in Spanish, which was really interesting. But I've always wanted to just get an official copy of it, and I'm really happy that I was able to get, you know, something rare, as I feel these Comboy games are. And yeah, I'm just really happy to have it. It's a bit yellowed and stuff, which happens naturally on some of these like older plastics and stuff. So don't think that it's just like grimy or anything like that. It's just like the way that those plastics are. But yeah, that's Dragon Ball Z 3 for the Super Comboy, or the Korean Super Nintendo. Another Super Combo game that I got here was Super Soccer. I was just when I went to the Yongsan Electronics department, or electronics market, I was really on the lookout for these Hyundai games, Hyundai Super Combo games, and I saw Super Soccer here, and I thought I would just check it out and add to my Hyundai Super Combo collection, because I do feel like they are pretty rare games, pretty hard to find outside of Korea, or even in Korea. They're pretty hard to find. So yeah, I decided to get this too. And this one's not Super Combo game, but it's just a regular Super Famicom game, and that is Sailor Moon S. This is a fighting game featuring Sailor Moon characters, and I got this one very, very cheap and in really good condition, so I decided to just go for it. Yeah, so that's a Sailor Moon S for the Super Famicom, or the Japanese Super Nintendo. Next, we will move on to some PS Vita games. Here I have Sorcery Saga, Curse of the Great Curry God, Hot and Spicy Everything Nicey Limited Edition. For those that may not have known, I recently bought PS Vita TV over there, so I can finally play these games. But yeah, I was actually a little worried ordering these online, because I bought them from Amazon. But I was really happy that it wasn't damaged at all. Some of the things that I've bought from Amazon in the past can have come with some like wrinkles, or some of the seals ripped, or the box is just damaged and stuff. But luckily, this one came in absolutely perfect condition. And the reason why this box is a little bigger, even since it's a limited edition, is because it comes with, as you can see here, a cute curry plate, an awesome curry spoon, and a Bibblicious bib. And yeah, that's just like the most random like limited edition items that I've ever seen for a game and stuff. So In any case, I heard some pretty good things about this. I heard it was really fun, this game, Sorcery Saga, and I look forward to giving it a try. Next, I have here, for the PS Vita as well, Ys Memories of Celceta. This is my first Ys game, which is kind of like action RPG game, and it's still brand new, but yeah, I've heard some very good things about this. I heard the graphics are really nice, and it comes with all sorts of stuff here. You can see here that it comes with a working compass, a copy of Adolf's travel journal, which is a art book and strategy guide, and 3 exclusive music CDs from the series, and I think that's just amazing. And the whole package, I bought this and Sorcery Saga together, and both of them came in very nice, well packaged, and I'm very happy to finally have these in my possession. So that is Ys Memories of Celceta for the PS Vita. Sticking with things that I bought off Amazon, I'll go with these Wii U games. I have here Deus Ex for the Wii U, Human Revolution. I've always wanted to get this game on 360 and PS3 when it came out about a year or 2 years ago, but I never got around to it. But now that I'm trying to kind of increase my Wii U collection, I decided that this game would be really good to have, and it has a lot of kind of exclusive features for the Wii U, and I thought that'd be really cool to have. So yeah, I got Deus Ex Human Revolution for the Wii U. Next, I got here Ducktales Remastered, also for the Wii U, and this is a remake of the NES Classic. As you can see, a faithful remake of the NES Classic, and these are the kind of games that I really like. I had Quackshot for the Sega Genesis, and I really enjoyed that game. So this kind of gave me like that same feeling that it'd be like those old 16-bit games, or in this case, a remake of an 8-bit game. And yeah, I decided to just get it since I am trying to increase my Wii U collection. So next, I got Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. I really wanted to get Arkham Origins, I believe is the newest game, but I decided to just not skip ahead too much and stick with one of the earlier installments in the series. And yeah, I know this was actually a launch game, but I never got around to playing any of these Batman games, so I decided to just get this one. It is the Armored Edition, which has some exclusive Wii U features. And yeah, I look forward to giving this one a playthrough. Next one that I got here is Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge for the Wii U. And I've always been a really big fan of like a lot of Tecmo games, things like that, so I decided to get this one. It features Ayane from the Dead or Alive series, and I really enjoy like these kind of mindless, just like slashers and stuff like that, just going around and like slicing up like all the bad guys and stuff like that. But yeah, it's Ninja Gaiden 3 for the Wii U. And lastly, I got Wonderful 101 for the Wii U. This is a Wii U exclusive, and I've heard some very good things about this. Kind of like, I really like this kind of like these kinds of games, especially one that's made by Platinum. Platinum Games has been like a really big supporter of Nintendo, and I really wanted to just check this game out. I've heard a lot of good things from people online, and it's supposed to be like just one of those must-haves for Wii U, so I'm really glad to have gotten this one. And that's Wonderful 101 for Wii U. And lastly, over here we have Son of the Enders HD Collection for the 360. Yeah, it's quite a big package, so I think I'll just leave it here on the floor. But yeah, if anybody remembers my last collection update, I did end up getting Metal Gear Solid HD collection, and I've always wanted to get Zone of the Ender since they're both made by Hideo Kojima, as you can see right there, Kojima Productions. And this, I decided to not just get the regular game, but the whole limited edition package, which includes the game, an art book, and the remix selection soundtrack, all the stuff that's in there. It's quite a big package actually. I can't even really fit it into the frame since it's so big. And I believe there's something wrong with my camera at the moment. It's not really focusing, but in any case, you can get a really clear idea of how big it is. This thing's pretty big. But yeah, I am really happy to have this Sony the Enders HD collection. And I look forward to giving these games a playthrough for the very first time. And with that said, those are all my recent game pickups that I've gotten from Korea, or just had shipped from sites like Amazon or eBay and things like that. But yeah, it's quite a pile here. If you've watched the majority of this video or all of it, I really want to thank you. And that's it for me. I'll try to post up another video with some gameplay from some of these games, hopefully. And I will see you all later. Thanks for watching. Peace.